Hello everyone, nubkeks here, welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video I want to walk you through maximizing your champion training points, how to do it the most efficiently and actually achieve far more than you would think through champion training. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, and I said actually this is a good time to put it out, still relatively early in this Pirates Path event, but like I have been able to, albeit with an endgame account where I'm able to make the most out of these strategies, I've been able to actually get Edward without pulling a single shard just from leveling up champions, which is, yeah, insane. Well, I pulled a bunch of green shards. We'll talk about that. Green shards, I've pulled maybe 200 or 300, but I haven't pulled any of the bigger ones. They are still there. And yeah, so let's dive in. Let's talk about how to do this, what you're trying to do. So first of all, at a basic level, which is stuff that probably almost everybody knows, your most efficient places to farm is always basically Brimstone Path. If you're earlier in the game, even if you're on normal or hard difficulty of campaign, whatever you happen to be on, it gives you more account experience, which is really useful for just progressing through and unlocking more content and starting to get more of those weekly and monthly time-gated rewards in the game. Brutal is probably the most efficient place where most people will farm, and you're going to be looking at stage 3 of Brutal for the most part. Number 1, they're good affinity for you to farm with magic affinity champions, so like your starter champion, Kale, whatever, perfect example, can farm stage 3 very, very well. And shields just sell for more silver, so it also ends up being a decent source of silver. And what you're basically looking to do is have a champion with some AoE abilities who can come in and farm this really quickly. So your starter champion, Kale, Galek, Elhain, whatever, any of those ones will work really well. I'm using a mythical Aphidus. You don't have to use a mythical, you can use something much easier. I think the best champion for this, you can see he's got basically what makes a good campaign farmer is 2 AoEs or AoEs on every single attack, so you can clear through nice and quickly. Funny enough, I actually think the fastest for Brutal, if I spelled it wrong, I guess it's 2 L's, is actually this fellow right here. Fellhound is actually the best, because if you build him with enough damage, every time he will do his A1 because he'll kill everything, and he has the fastest animations, really snappy. So that's actually how I have my 5-second record. You can farm stage 6 is also decent. It gives you a bit more experience than the other stages. So yeah, stage 3 a bit more silver, stage 6 a bit more experience. You could just farm stage 3 and you'll be totally fine. Now, why am I using Aphidus and not Fellhound, you might ask? Well, the reason is for me, for endgame, I do farm a lot of Nightmare campaign. You can see I actually do stage 6 on Nightmare, where this is more endgame. You need significantly better gear, significantly better champions to be able to do it. But yeah, coming in on stage 6, and I might slightly lose some efficiency here, but you can see my Aphidus. This is why I use Aphidus. Fellhound, could he do it? Probably not. It's probably not this well, really. And yeah, like there we go. A little bit slow for me. 8 seconds. Ooh, so slow. But yeah, with a really good champion, you can come in. Who are some really good campaign farmers? We talked about some budget options. I think another classic budget option, by the way, would be Bellower, because every hit is AoE, and people build him early game, so he's a classic budget option. Really good options for campaign farming. We saw Aphidus. He's very strong. Another classic example would be Ethos. He's very strong. He's got 2 AoEs and he's void, so no weak hits. But yeah, there's probably tons of options. Put it in the comments down below who your favorite campaign farmer is. Actually, one budget one I should mention would be Skullcrown. Is quite good because, again, everything is an AoE, so she can do it pretty well, and she's pretty darn good. Epic, very useful for early mid-game arena, and great for Faction Wars, Doom Tower, Curse City, that sort of stuff. So yeah, but put your options down below. So that's campaign farming. And this is a great way to spend energy. Like, you literally can't go wrong spending energy in campaign. Do you need to level up characters? Yeah, probably you do. You know, Doom Tower, Curse City, Arena, Faction Wars, whatever. You probably have tons of characters you want to get up to 6-star. And yeah, so it's worth it. It's really good. It's a great place to spend energy, particularly during these big champion training events. So it's a good place to start sinking that stuff in. And oh, I should also mention, just try to make it beginner and comprehensive and complete. You see, we are using 1 champion with 3 food champions. These are champions, we're leveling them up, and you can see here I'm starting with commons, right? From my green shards, leveling them up, I'm just going to feed then other commons to them to get them up. I can keep leveling them up until they're whatever star level I need. And then I can use them as food. I'm not ever going to use these champions. We're just using them as food to feed to our champions that we actually want to use, that we actually need. You can use two. Let's say you're really struggling. You could use two. I mean, let's say a bit more early game obvious. Let's say you've got Kale, and I say pretty common would be like, let's say you've got Kale and Rector Drath. Let's say you go, nope, I can't even solo normal stage 12 3. Unlikely, but if you were in that situation, you can obviously throw Rector Drath in or whatever. Like, you can use multiple champions, but basically the experience that you get for beating a stage is equally split between the characters. So it means that in this case, we'd only be getting 50% of the experience. 50% would be wasted on these max level characters. Whereas if I just do it as I'm doing it here, sure, some experience is wasted on Aphidus. There's nothing you can do about that, really. But we're getting 75% of the value into here. I'll also mention Minotaur is one that's worth talking about as well. Again, you can do the same thing. Minotaur is obviously significantly more difficult than farming campaign brutal 12-3. So you probably will need multiple characters for this. Ultimately, endgame, it's ideal if you can have a character who can just solo the thing. That is amazing, of course, but it's extremely difficult to do. You're going to need some very good stuff, but that will do it really quickly. Again, the fewer champions you can bring in, the more experience is going to go on the characters that you're leveling up. And typically what I will do is I will often get champions up to 6-star, but then when they are 6-star, I will typically grind their experience in Minotaur. And that way you're leveling them up. It's not good for a champion training tournament where you're trying to do it, get lots of champ training points quickly, but this will slowly gain them some experience while you're getting their masteries, which you also need for champions you're going to use. So that's a bit of a min-max thing. Maybe not for the first couple of months of the game, it's not going to be as crucial, but as you get further, yeah, whenever you pull a new champion that you want to use, if you're spending money or you're well off in the game, you could buy them with gems, but typically you want to farm them in Minotaur and double dip. It's better to level them up in Minotaur, get some free experience, as opposed to grinding their masteries when they're max level, if possible. Okay, that's all very basic stuff. Now, we come to the more advanced stuff, and the stuff that's actually changed, because we've got this brew upgrade system. This is absolutely huge, and let me walk you through what you're going to do with brews. Brews are an incredible resource in this game, which will you guys could see, I probably went into this event with about 1,000 of each of these. I think about 800 voids, and I think about 1,400 or 1,500 spirit brews, and I haven't even used them all, and I've been able to get a champion out of it. Like, I've got an entire guaranteed champion. How did I do it? What am I doing? So here's what you want to do. So number one, you want to keep champions as much as you can, and you can keep generating champions with your mystery shards. Oh, another thing I didn't mention is Nightmare Campaign does not drop mystery shards. Only Brutal Campaign does. So if you're low on mysteries, even if you can farm Nightmare Campaign, you'll want to keep farming on Brutal to get mystery shards. But you can be, it should be fairly self-sufficient, where by leveling up characters in campaign, you should get enough mystery shards to pull more characters to then level up, right? You just pull your stuff, and then you can go in with everything that you pull here and start leveling them up in campaign, and then you should get more green shards to sort of keep the thing going. It should be fairly endless for the most part, and you get some mystery shards from other sources, which should definitely make it basically endless. When you have enough champions, you've got brews, you can get some points extremely, extremely quickly and extremely efficiently. So what are you looking to do? First of all, I would never ever use brews on 2 stars. Just don't do it. These are perfect for leveling in campaign. It just works out very well with your runs. You can run a few multi-battles, swap them in. It just ends up being very convenient to arrange your multi-battles and swapping in champions to level them up in campaign. It works well. 1 stars, you can level in campaign. This tends to use a ton of multi-battles. So it is certainly possible to brew up 1 stars, and often with 1 stars I won't actually use the brew upgrade. I'll just sort of do it manually, and I'll just come in and do it manually like this. So what you're going to do is give 1 brew of the matching affinity. That's another tip. Always match the affinity of the brew to the champion. Never, unless it's some sort of extreme emergency, which I can't see how it would ever happen, but never use brews on the wrong affinity. 1-star champion, level 1, 1 brew, matching affinity, 3 other 1 stars, that gets them banked level 10, and then feed in a duplicate. I tend to do this, and you use your thing here to flip your filter, so it's at the bottom, and you can access them very easily. This is very quick and convenient. So this is typically how I do it, and this will very quickly turn your 1 stars into 2 stars, and then you can go bring them to campaign and you can grind them up. Now 3 stars, you can absolutely brew them, and this is also where your I've got very few to actually work with because I've basically turned my whole vault into this, but you can actually see here a perfect example. Do I have any 3 stars to illustrate with? No, I literally have none. They're all level 15. Let's make one really fast. So let me do what I'd say I would never do, and let's just take a 2-star, and let's just maximum brews, 5 brews, boom boom, and here we go. And we've got ourselves a 3-star. Excellent. All right, perfect. Well planned video. Let's go. So with your 3 stars, you want to feed them 2 brews of their matching affinity, and you can do this incredibly quickly. What this is going to do, it's going to give you 14 level ups. The higher level your champion, the more experience they need. So for example, 2 brews gets me 14 levels. If I put in another 2 brews, he's only going to get 5 levels now. And each level at 3-star, each level is worth the same thing. So basically the 2 brews I put into him to get him from 1 to 15 is almost 3 times as valuable as 2 brews to get him from 15 to 20. So I just don't really want to do this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get them up to 15. You can use your filters here to check out your master, and more importantly, your reserve vault, and you can see all this stuff. What's happened here is basically I've been collecting these champions whenever I pull shards. They've been collecting, they've been waiting in the vaults, and then when a champion training event or tournament, in this case a hero's path, comes up, I have tons of champions sitting there at level 1, and I can very quickly give loads of them brews, 2 brews each for level 3, and they get a huge amount of levels. Whatever. Okay, level 4, and of course I've already brewed them all up for this path. Let's just max out one of the guys. Let's see. Do I have a 3-star? Yeah, perfect. Which one? I've got the most green, so actually we'll take this guy the full way up. If you are fully leveling people up, so in this case we're gonna take this food guy, I guess, the entire way with us. And here we go. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna feed these level 15 3-stars into him. Why are we doing this? We're feeding them. It's kind of useless having the points in there. In most circumstances, of course, it is useless, but during champion training events or tournaments, that's giving you a bunch of extremely efficient champion training tournament points or event points or hero path points. If you're not in a champion training thing and you still need to level stuff up, there is no point in leveling up your food. It's preferable to have them ready to go, or to use your chickens in that situation where you don't level them up. That's better if you're leveling stuff up outside of champion training, which you'll need to do sometimes if you're trying to progress in content or whatever. For a level 4, for a 4-star, you're going to give them 4 brews. And this is basically the rule, right? For 1-star, it's 1 brew. 2-star, no brews, don't brew them. For 3-star, 2 brews. 4-star, 4 brews. 5-star, 6 brews. So you're looking at 2, 4, and 6. And I'll show it all to you here. I'm going to level him up all the way and do something that most of you won't do. So there we go. Again, we've given him some extremely efficient points to level him up. Actually, let's grab her and max her out, just so we can see it, because I actually will level her up. This is not a waste. Excellent. Cool. And now we can take Visteri, and we're going to do the same thing. There we go. Our fellow that we took all this way up, we're going to use him as food now for Visteri. Level 21, we're going to take him up. Fantastic. Then for our 5-star, and by the way, if you're doing just one champion at a time, you can totally just do it here. You can totally just do it here. It's totally fine. And here's a bonus tip. If you're doing brew upgrade for 5-star, come in and give them 6. Take them up to 24. Lovely. Another thing that you can do is you can give them on top of that, and I'll show it to you right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to give you lots of efficient points. They're very close to a level. Drop in one single 1-star, and you get an extra level as well. So that is going to be worthwhile if you're trying to min-max. You're not going to get a huge amount, compared to, let's say, 1-star champions, where you're going to rip through tons of 1-stars and tons of 2-stars. You're not going to have that many. Not going to have a huge amount of 5-stars. So I think it's fine to just manually give them a 1-star each. You can pull some green shards, get some 1-stars, give them each 1-star for that extra level, just for a few extra points. Sometimes, I'll be honest, endgame, I skip this step. I just leave them at level 24 and lose a little bit of efficiency, but save myself some mouse clicks. Gotta stop that carpal tunnel, am I right? But here, we'll just max her out. And then at 5-star, in this situation, I've actually got these leveled overly much, but you would take your level 25 or 24, but let's say 25 5-stars and feed them in. In this case, I've got lots of chickens because I get chickens for free for being a content creator. And there we go. They're 6-star. What am I going to do with Starry now? If I want some quick and dirty champion training points, I can do this. 6 brews into her, gets her up to level 24. And bam, that I just got 400 coins for this path event. Great, cool. That can give you some quick and dirty points. And then at this point, I will leave her and I will level her up in Minotaur. If you don't have any brews, by the way, you can do the same thing, right? So I can come in. Again, I don't have any handy here, but I could come in and I could grind up in Nightmare Campaign 12.6, in Brutal Campaign 12.3. I could level up these 3-stars to 15 just running campaign and then feed them as food. And that's going to be really efficient. But yeah, it's a good reason, by the way, to increase the space, particularly of your reserve vault, is to keep a good stockpile of these champions. That's a really good idea. So for example, I think one pretty common mistake I've seen people make, leave it in a comment down below, is people go, oh, this is something you do if you're a big spender in the game. You'll see big spenders do this because they literally don't have any space left in their vaults because they're buying so many shards. They've got so many champions. They can't keep them. But you'll see low spender or free-to-play players, they'll come in and they'll start feeding these champions in just to get rid of them, to free up some space. And that is a absolutely huge waste. You don't want to do that. Also, one thing here I have to mention, because this is a very endgame crazy thing, but yeah, you don't want to feed your champions if you can avoid it, unless you've run out of space and you need to free up space. Don't feed your champions for experience. Only feed brews or you can feed 1-stars for experience. You can use brews for experience, otherwise grind it in campaign, and try to stockpile the champions for champion training events or tournaments, etc., where you can then pump brews into them, quickly run them through campaign, and get some quick, easy champion training points, and set yourself up so you've got a good stockpile. So like here, if I pull a new champion, I can very quickly, because I've got such a stockpile of champions, I can very quickly level them up if I want to. Now, one thing you'll see here is you go, Nub, why do you have a bunch of 6-star cold heart? Actually, this is an even better example. Nub, why do you have a 6-star mage killer? Is this a good idea? No, not for most people unless you're super endgame. What's going on here? What is going on here is this is an endgame thing. Getting a champion up to 6-star, there's no upgrade rank from 6-star to 7-star. There's no 7-star. It doesn't exist. So this, you can use her as a food champion, but it's not super useful. It's not super efficient. You want to be getting champions who actually use up to 6-star. I am so endgame though that for me, like if I include like even my master and reserve vault, oh sorry, I clicked, didn't mean to click that, get rid of that. I basically have so many champions, and I essentially have every rare and epic that I would want to use are basically all 6-star already. Maybe there's a couple of exceptions down here, but I have basically everything up at 6-star. And you can see I've got a few 6-stars here waiting for some brews if I want to push this path even more. Okay, I've got a few. I've got a few epics I would use sitting at 5-star. I've actually got a couple here that I've missed as well at 4-star, the ones with empowerment or ascensions are how I sort of mark them to be used. But, all this stuff is just spares that I don't actually need. I have very few champions, and even if I look at upgrading their skills, right, this is insane. Like if I look at epics whose skills I have to upgrade, I've got very few. I've got lots of duplicates for faction guardians, but I've got very few. I simply do not have champions to upgrade. So I'm putting commons up to 6-star just so I can come in and go, great. Again, I could get her these points in campaign, but I can just, ooh, cool. I'm leveling this up and I'm just going to feed her. I'm not going to use this champ. I've put her to 6-star just for some points because I literally don't have any champions I would actually use at 6-star. I've pretty much got them all at 6-star already. That's a very endgame problem. Endgame problem as well is you'll start feeding books into champions you're going to feed, stuff like that. Like I'll go, oh, I'm not going to use this Cold Heart. Great, just give her some books just so I can use the books. This Karam I'm going to use as food. Let's buck him up just for points. That's endgame madness. Not something you're going to do until you are playing the game for a few years and probably spent some money on the game as well. It's kind of crazy. So just be aware of that. That'd be fun just to see some madness. Oh, I should also mention books for champions also give you points, usually not for any hero path events. See, now we're up to 8,000 points. I don't know, what were we at? 4,000 maybe when we started this? I don't know. We got some points there just doing more of the showcase in this video. You typically don't get points for books in hero path events. You typically don't get points for books in champion training events, but you do for champion training tournaments. If it's a tournament, you typically get lots of points for booking champions, so that can be a very good time to book your champions. The other time for booking champions is usually for clan versus clan tournaments for CVC points. But yeah, there you go. Again, the core idea, the core concept of this is try to stockpile champions at level 1, 3, 4, or 5-star, then level them up again, get 2 brews, or take any of these brews. Alternatively, just use energy, grind it in campaign. But, 2 brews for level 3 to get them to 15. So level 3, 2 brews to level 15. Level 4, 4 brews, get them to level 21. Level 5, 6 brews plus 1 1-star common. Level 1, that will get them to level 25. And then 6-star, you can slap in. Again, I can come in here and I can go, yeah, great. Slap in 6 brews. Bam. Whole bunch of points. Loads of points. Let's go. Easy points, easy life, easy game. And it's a great way. So yeah, stockpile your brews, stockpile your chickens, stockpile champions for these events. And if you say, nope, I've got loads of champions I want to level up. What do I do while waiting? Let's say there's a champion training event coming as part of a fusion in like 5 days time. I know there's a champion training event coming. What can I do until then? That is a really, really good time to go in here and to take your 1-stars and to be like, okay, let's go. Let's level up the 1-stars. This is when I want to level them up. Get my 1-stars up to 2-star, get my 2-stars, a bunch of them up to level 20, have them ready to go, build up that stockpile, use your vault space, build up a stockpile of really low-level champions that are going to cost you lots of multi-battles, but not give you a crazy ton of points. And then have your higher-level stuff, your big upgrades, waiting, good to go. And also, again, small tip here as well, if I was to run Nightmare stage 6, if I was to use the super raids, I'd be sort of wasting some energy. So that's something that you can do as well. Is usually it's like 3 battles on 12-3 with 1-star for this. One thing to note, if you buy, I think, the raid card, or if you get the Forge Pass, the premium editions, and you have the bonus experience, that can be a really, really good time. It's not active right now, but typically you get like an extra chunk of experience, maybe 50% more experience, and that can be a really good time where 12-6 Nightmare will actually give you enough to level up a 1-star in one single battle. But you basically need a premium, a paid expansion experience booster to be able to do that. So yeah, that's often why I will use brews on the 1-stars, because you can actually farm the 2-stars more efficiently up. That 2-stars are very convenient. So yeah, there you go. Let me know your tips down below. Let me know your campaign farmer, anything I've forgotten or missed in this video. I've tried to be as comprehensive as possible so that you can max out these events like a beast, like a boss, and get some champions. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. I think it makes a huge difference. So yeah. That's all I've got. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Goodbye.